single for a while and you're deciding now that you're ready to find love, well, this is your video. If you've just gotten over a divorce and you feel like you're ready to put yourself out there again, or maybe you took a break from dating and relationships and now you're feeling like it's time, this is definitely the video to watch. I'm going to go through 5 tips to find love if you've been single for a while. I'm truly Eleanor, and I help women find love after 40. I'm an intuitive love coach and a Reiki teacher, and I've been working with women around the world for the last 15 years. And I also went through my own journey of finding love after having several unhappy relationships, and finally able to step into my power and find my voice and really go after what I wanted, to meet and marry the love of my life in my 40s. So that's where I'm coming from, and this is how I'm going to help you. Let's get started on those 5 tips. So if you like this video, please like and share and let your friends know, and whoever needs to see this, so we can get this out into the world. Okay, number 1, you want to check in with yourself. This is all preparation before you throw yourself out there and, into the dating apps and just a fearful kind of like, oh my God, what am I doing? You want to prepare beforehand. So the first tip is to check in with yourself now and determine what are your heart's desires now as you are at this age and stage in your life, what you've learned from the past. So this is a simple journaling exercise. You can just spend, 15, 20 minutes asking yourself, what do I really want? And if you want some help with that, I have lots of meditations on Insight Timer where you can really get into your heart, connect to your true self, all of these really powerful meditations to help you do that. And then afterwards, you can journal it out and just really say, what am I looking for? So questions are, what kind of relationship do I want? Or what do I want out of dating now? Why am I wanting to put myself out there? Do I want to just go on coffee dates? Do I want companionship? Do I just want to date people and nothing serious? Or am I actually ready to find, the love of my life? So determining what that is the very first important step. Find out what are your heart's desires now as you are, after, whatever you've been through and coming out the other side. Number 2 is sort of a second cousin to this. You want to make sure that you've cleared a lot of the old emotional residue from past relationships and experiences that you've had. You don't want to be dragging that into the present time with you and, getting triggered by people or wondering or fearing, oh, what if this person is exactly like my ex? Or what if I get myself into this, tangled up into this kind of relationship that I don't want? So instead of spiraling through all those fears, you really want to face them and start to clear that old emotional residue. And again, I have a lot of meditations and things on Insight Timer that will help you with this. The link is below where you can go and join me. And I even have weekly live meditations where we cover a lot of topics around love, dating, and relationships. So basically, if you want to just do like a journaling exercise, you want to look at what are some of the past themes that you've been through in the relationships. Was it a theme of betrayal? Did you feel not seen? Were you disappointed? Did you have expectations around certain things? What were the themes of your relationships? And really dive into that awareness piece and start to figure out what you can let go of and what you can forgive, and do some tapping. I also love tapping, but I do it in a way where I'm just doing one point and talking out the emotions and the story around it. So once you've journaled about your past relationship experiences, you can say, okay, I'm, trying to figure this out. I've had a thing around betrayal, and now I want to let this go. I want to see how this is going to feel, and then figure it out from there. Essentially, you want to create an environment for yourself where you're bringing forward the gems of wisdom from your past relationships, and you've transformed them from the old emotional hurts into these gems of wisdom. And again, I have a lot of meditations around that in Insight Timer. There's one specifically called Clear Old Relationship Patterns, and that one will probably be most helpful for you. So number 3 is you want to tell your friends and family what your intentions are and what you're doing. This is to give you some support, obviously, if you feel like it's going to be supportive. So in other words, if you have family members who you would feel like would create more stress than anything, then don't tell them, but tell the people who will be supportive. So friends and family who are trustworthy and who are going to, encourage you and inspire you and say, yes, you can do this. And one caveat to that, you might want to watch out for some unsolicited advice here and there, or listening to people talking doomsday about dating and saying, oh, that, the apps are a waste of time and all those type of things. You don't want to get involved in that. You want to move forward with what you want to do, but ask them for support. So basically say, I'm going to put myself out there after my divorce or after my, whatever, my time off. And my intention is to meet people and just, date and have friends and companions that might lead to more. Or my intention is I'm going to put myself out there and look for a relationship. And then if they come with all kinds of advice and saying, don't waste your time on this or that, you can say, I appreciate you, helping me with this, but I really could just use your support. Just encourage me in what I'm trying to do here and make it clear, like put up those boundaries. Number 4, for yourself now, you want to be very clear of your own intentions and your own boundaries beforehand. So this is before going on the dating app, again, before setting up your profile. Intentions and examples can be what you are putting your focus into and what you are looking for. So based on number 1, when you did your check-in and looked at your heart's desires, now you want to say more specifically what your intentions are. So maybe it's like, I'm going to, try for 3 coffee dates a month, or I'm going to try and, be on the apps like 3 days a week in the evenings for an hour. And I'm going to have different conversations with people, or maybe I'm going to answer 5 or 6 messages or send out 2 messages. So this is where you really break it down into what you intentionally are going to do, what actions you're going to take. And thinking of your end goal. So if your end goal is to really put yourself out there and, go on dates and have fun, then you're going to want to message a certain amount of people to find someone who you want to go on a date with, and a coffee date or whatever it is. But having those intentions and goals clear beforehand. Other things that you can make clear for yourself first is having rules. So for example, I'm not going to kiss on the first date, or I'm not going to kiss or hug anyone, or I'm not going to, whatever your rules are, make sure you know what they are for yourself beforehand, so you can go in knowing what your boundaries are and get really clear on that. Other things can be, your deal breakers. So even if you just do want to have companions or meet more people or just go on dates, it still doesn't mean you have to take whatever is, out there. You still need to put up your boundaries and have your standards, like the kind of person you want to spend time with, or even have dinner with, or coffee with, or go for a walk. You want to have your standards. So having those written out is very helpful as well. Okay, number 5 is you want to go slow and have fun. This is you in a new, you're showing up as your new version of yourself. You're putting yourself out there, and that is something to celebrate. And you're going for it. You're taking those steps, which requires bravery and courage to be yourself as you are now in this stage of your life, and to go for it. So make sure you remind yourself what an awesome job you're doing and how amazing you are, and to have fun with it. So make sure that you go with number 5. That's very important. It's go slow and have fun. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you. And again, if you want to dive deeper into the energetics and the internal emotional healing type of stuff, I recommend you go to my Insight Timer account. insidetimer.com/truly_Eleanor. I'll have the link there for you below, and you can listen to my meditations and really get into that side of it. But hopefully this video has been helpful in giving you the tips that you need to do right now in order to put yourself out there and find love again if you've been single for a while. Thank you for watching. I'm truly Eleanor, and I'll see you next.